Hey guys, it's Coach KJ, and I'm back again with Tori, and we are talking about the 20 election. Basically, we talked about the Senate race a little bit, and I want to talk about the U.S. Senate and U.S. Congress. Um, Valerie Foushee is running in my area. Valerie Foushee, Deborah Ross, Don Davis, and several other candidates. Tori, who's in your area?
Pam Ginnett.
Okay. Yeah,
Run.
so we've got quite a few candidates running, and for I hear often is people say, well, what are the Democrats going to do for me? I want something big and I want this and et cetera, et cetera. And the thing is, Democrats can create a bill that's 100% comprehensive of what's needed. But in reality, if you
Yeah, you got to work. You got to work across the aisle.
got to work across the aisle, and when you work across the aisle, guess what? They're not going to say, okay, well, let's just sign. They're going to
Mhm.
ask for concessions. And so what happens is it waters down the weight or the impact of what was originally suggested. So with that being said, we need these US congressmen to be elected so that we
Mhm.
can get more bills passed through Congress and then up to the Senate, right?
Yeah.
Back and forth between the Senate. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this race? Do you hear anything about this race?
Yeah. So I think it's important for folks to realize uh, that we need to be educated. Let me start here. Here's the thing, folks. It's important first and foremost because we know that everyone cares about their pockets, right? Every issue that you probably care about, especially immediate in your life, most of the things affect your pockets first, especially when we talk about local government, state government, national, right? Those things that we really care about. These people who you're electing, right? They're going to be passing legislation, voting for legislation, crafting, working across the aisle, right? To pass legislation. And you would hope that these things are in your interest. That's why you would vote your interest. And so these people who we are mentioning, right? She mentioned Don Davis, Pam Ginnett, right? And there are some other races, right? Judges and so forth and so on. All these people that you need to be educated about should protect your interests. And those folks that we've named protect your interests. And you need to be educated about them. So, although we're talking about them right now, we always implore you to go be educated. And that's done by a simple Google search. It's not hard. You can simply Google search who are my candidates, and it'll bring up all the candidates that will be on your particular ballot in your district.
Right. And I just want to emphasize just a couple things that are really key right now with regards to Democrats. One is affordable housing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the House and the Senate that need to pass these bills to make it possible. But affordable housing, making sure that everyone has, or the largest number of people have access to home ownership, and also high quality rentable options. So renting options. So we want to make sure that individuals have access to that. Number two is, of course, protecting a woman's reproductive rights, right? We want to make sure that when a woman goes to the doctor, it's not her, the gynecologist, and the politician that are making the ultimate decision, right? Then what we also have to think about is what's going on with regards to the legalization of marijuana. When we talk about this is a monetary thing, as Tori just mentioned, but it's also a legal thing. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say that is, if you look at the price per acre, the gross price per acre, gross profit per acre, no, the gross amount of revenue per acre. There we go. Gross amount of revenue per acre. If you're looking at tobacco, you're looking at making about $1,800 per acre grown, right? If you're looking at sweet potatoes, you're looking at about $4,500 per acre grown. If you're looking at marijuana, you're looking at anywhere between $3,000 to $70,000 per acre grown. And I've seen in Colorado where they have some strands that are even 1.1 million. So the bottom line is there's a whole lot of revenue to be made when farmers are saying, they're having difficulty, especially recovering from COVID and recovering from the higher prices of supplies that are needed for farming. Overcoming like health issues and all different kinds of things that have happened over the past couple of years. So what we want to do is we want to give them the greatest opportunity to make the greatest amount of revenue. And guess what? If we were to legalize it in North Carolina, which is what Valerie Fouché is talking about, which is what Sherry Beasley is talking about. If we were to legalize it in North Carolina, guess what happens? We now get those distilleries. So I talk to people that travel up to Maryland to buy marijuana, recreational, medicinal, whatever it may be. They go up to Maryland to buy it because it's legal. Imagine people coming to North Carolina to buy it. Imagine the revenue that we could get from that. So when we start talking about how are you going to put money in my pocket? How are you going to provide more job opportunities? How are you going to do this? We're giving you that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing that I wanted to mention was climate control and the please forgive me, and the solar panel industry, and how we are continuously growing and trying to evolve with new job opportunities, new companies coming into North Carolina to make sure that we have the best options for, once again, increasing what's in your pocket. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I want most talkative, Tori. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So, and our candidates are endorsed by the AFL-CIO, by unions. So if you're talking about right now, minimum wages, and we're talking about increase because we don't want to, it's low. And talking about increasing it to a minimum of $15, which is what, you know, our candidates for Senate and for Congress are advocating for. We need them in Congress to make it happen, right? We can't have 50 US senators, which is what we have right now, and get the full totality of what we need, because we know some Democratic senators may not side with the Democratic Party. We need that 51. We need the majority. We need to get those people in place. We need that 238 in Congress to make sure that things are passed and you can get what you're asking for. So let's stop watering down the bills and stop giving away a lot of things to make concessions across the aisle and get people elected so that we can get the totality, the full benefit of what we're looking for North Carolinians.
Yeah.
I told you I wasn't most talkative, right? I'm sorry. So, Tori, can you think of anything else, or is that kind of like the direction we're going in?
Yeah, I just, when we specifically talk about the Senate and the Congress, yeah, folks be informed. And, you know, that's all I have to say. Be informed and get out to vote.
Get out to vote. And how do they find about their polling sites?
Yeah, so you can find out about your polling site a couple ways, right? So if you go to, there's a few websites that you can go to, right? I'm sure that you could probably go to your Board of Elections and find your website and go find your polling place. You can go to, I would also mention you can go to vote411.org and find your ballot before you even get to the ballot box. So you can read and see their stances and the differences between candidates on vote411.org. They also,
Love it.
your polling locations, I think it's pollinglocations.org, where you can find your polling location. And if you're not registered to vote, it's already past the deadline, but you can register and vote at most of these one-stop early voting locations. So don't even worry about that. You're good to go.
Go Tori, with the info. Raise it up. This is another yeah, Tori. So this is another segment with Kelly and Tori, just talking about the upcoming election, guys. We got to get fired up. Hopefully at the Soul Train, and you know, at the Souls of Polls, I might do the Soul Train. But hopefully we'll see you at the Souls to the Polls. Hopefully we'll see you at the ballot box. We are psyched. We are fired up. This is a major opportunity, and we can do it this year. We got it. All right. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you.